The 2-1. Carpentier hits it high in the air the other way to right field. Haight on a horse. He looks back. It's gone. Dean Carpentier has left the building. An Oppo Taco blast on Taco Tuesday. And Dean Carpentier has brought USC back in this one. As he toes the third base side of the rubber, folds his glove on his jersey logo. He deals the 0-2. Wood, a half swing. He went around. 16 strikeouts for Mason Edwards as he retires the side, strikes out the side, and the Trojans are just fueling off of Mason right now. 16 Ks for the lefty. It is ridiculous stuff. The 2-2 as Velasquez rips it down the right field line, a base hit. Here comes Cadena around third. He's going to score. Strohmeyer digs it out of the right field corner. It's the first career hit for Velasquez, a stand-up double. Diego cruises into second. Go, Diego, go. Now the 1-0 pitch. Lopez hits a high, towering fly ball to right field. This might do it. It will. Augie Lopez and the USC Trojans have walked it off on a run rule on Saturday. 2 home runs in the game for Augie Lopez, 16 on the year, 6 in the game for USC as a whole, and it's 11-1. That will do it. My goodness, what a slugfest for USC. 11 unanswered runs on 16 hits. USC has not gone 15-0 in 38 years. 0-2 at the dish to Shupman. Landers at first. SC up 5-3. Troy looks in. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. USC has matched history. 15-0 for the first time since 1988, matching the best start in program history. The Trojans sweep their first Big Ten series of the year, and it's a 15-0 start after the save from Adam Troy. So Chase Harrell throws in his final warm-up pitch. Begin the top of the first inning on Cinco de Mayo. It'll be Nick Miller, Paul Contreras, and Andrew Kirshner to start things for Cal State Fullerton. The Titans trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. USC coming off a sweep victory over Rutgers. Nick Miller digs out of the right side against the righty Chase Harrell, who posts a 5.89 ERA. Righty-on-righty matchup. Miller with a green bat in a low stance. The first offering. Miller takes strike 1 at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. Nick Miller on a 3-game hit streak, including a triple on Saturday against UC Davis in the loss. The 0-1 pitch. Miller hits a high chopper over to short. Backhand for Carpentier at the knees. Fires to first in time for the first down of the top of the first.
Now batting right fielder.
So 1 away for Paul Contreras, the righty hitting right fielder. He's had a very nice season, hitting .324. Leads the team in homers with 10 in his second season at Cal State Fullerton. He didn't play against USC in the first matchup on April 21st, wasn't in the lineup. No batting gloves for him as he digs out of the right side with a Kelly Green bat. Chase Harrell on the first base side of the rubber disagrees with 2 signs, now agrees with the third. From the windup he fires. The first offering is in there for a strike. 90-mile-an-hour 4-seamer at the knees. You'll hear about a fastball, sinker, cutter, slider, curve from Harrell. Throws 5 different pitches. The 0-1. Contreras pops it high up in the air behind the screen. Foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Contreras, a former JUCO guy from Modesto Junior College. He's been hitting over 300 for almost 2 months straight. 48 knocks for him this season. The 0-2 pitch. Contreras takes high. Off-speed pitch at the letters, 1-2. Chase Harrell on the mound for USC, Ohio State transfer. He followed his old pitching coach Sean Allen to USC. The 1-2, Contreras checks his swing at a low fastball, did not go around, 2-2. Our 4-man crew calling balls and strikes: Michael Chukerman, Anthony Norris at first, Joe Maiden at second, and Ramon Armendariz at third base. Harrell at the belt, stares in at the catcher Cadena. Now the 2-2, Contreras hits a high, towering blast to left field. All Lamb can do is watch. This one is gone to the parking lot. Paul Contreras with a blast to left center. And it's 1-0 Titans at Dado Field. He was out for the cars in the parking structure in left center. Just to the left of the light and left and to the right of the scoreboard. And it's 1-0 Cal State Fullerton. 1 run already for the Titans. I only had 2 in the first matchup against USC at Goodwin Field last month. Here's the lefty hitter, Andrew Kirshner, one of 2 lefties in the order. 1 out in the top of the first, 1-0 Titans. The first offering from Harrell, swing and a miss. 90-mile-an-hour fastball outside, 0-1. That was the 11th home run of the season for Paul Contreras, leading the team, and the most for him at the D1 level in a given season. The 0-1 pitch. Kirchner hits a line drive up the middle. Backhand for Takeuchi at second. Not going to get there. It's a base hit. Ball dribbles into center field. A good effort from Takeuchi on a hard hit ball. Stretched out the glove to the backside, but it's a 1-out single for Andrew Kirshner. So 1 out and a man at first, and that brings up the cleanup guy and UCLA transfer Cameron Kim.
Shortstop, number 9, Cameron Kim.
Kim spent 2 seasons at UCLA. He's familiar with USC. He digs out of the right side against Harrell, who's now in the stretch with Kirshner at first. First offering with 1 away is a low fastball. Cadena blocks 1-0. Kim had a solid career at UCLA. Hit .286 last year in 17 games. The issue was he was behind Rock Chalowski in the depth chart playing shortstop. Was not an everyday guy there on such a loaded team. Harrell looks at first, now throws over to first. Kirshner back in with a head-first slide. Kim leads the Titans with 53 hits and 19 doubles. Those 19 two-base hits place him top 11 in the Big West. The 1-0 pitch. Kim hits a slapper to right field. This one's going to drop for a base hit. Basir gets it in medium left, throws into the cutoff guy Takeuchi at second, as Kirshner will stay at second base, and it's back-to-back singles in 3 straight hits for the Titans off Chase Harrell. First and second, 1 away in the top of the first. Not the start Chase Harrell wanted, as the infielders meet with him on the mound. Esteban Olazaba will dig out of the right side momentarily. Game started with a ground out over to short on just the second pitch of the game, then a solo shot from Paul Contreras and back-to-back singles from Kirshner and Kim. So there's 1 away in the top of the first, and that brings up Esteban Olazaba. Titans trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. They've lost 8 of their last 10. After getting swept to UC Davis this past weekend at home. They're fighting for Big West seeding. Righty-on-righty matchup, Olazaba digs in. The first pitch is a called strike at the knees. Fastball at 90, 0-1. Olazaba has been hitting .400 since USC last played Cal State Fullerton. He has hits in 6 of his last 7 games. True freshman from Riverside. The 0-1 pitch. Olazaba takes outside on the fastball, 1-1. Olazaba, not an everyday guy. This is only his 16th start of the year. But he's averaging a hit per game and 5 extra base hits on the season. He's also posted a .400 on base percentage. The 1-1 pitch. Olazaba takes low on the change. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 away. And runners at first and second in the top of the first. 1-0 Titans. Talked to the coaching staff, and Cal State Fullerton echoed, you can't give USC pitches to hit. USC's doing that right now. The 2-1 pitch, both runners go. Chopped foul to the left side over to the Fullerton dugout. Count goes to 2-2, and both runners will have to retreat. Head coach Jason Dietrich in particular said, the team has been too inconsistent with all the lineup movements. This is the 47th unique lineup for Cal State Fullerton in the 47th game. It's been a new lineup every single game this season for Cal State Fullerton due to all the injuries. Olazaba with a 2-2 count on him. The pitch, he fouls it straight back. Off the screen, he stays alive at 2-2. Dietrich gave credit to USC, said the Trojans are a complete team, and we saw that when the Trojans went to Fullerton at Goodwin Field and knocked 17 hits. The 2-2 pitch. Olazaba hits a chopper over to short, backing up his Carpentier to 2nd to 1. Takeuchi throws to first. It is in time, and that retires the side. A 6-4-3 double play ends the top of the first, but Cal State Fullerton puts up a run on a home run and leaving 2 on the base paths. 3 hits in the inning for Cal State Fullerton. We go to the bottom of the first. Lopez, Cadena, and Takeuchi 2 up for USC at Dado Field on your student home for Trojan Athletics. Adrian Lopez, Augie Lopez, and Kevin Takeuchi 2 up for the Trojans in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-3-4. Still searching for our first runs. 0-0 between USC and Rutgers. Zach Konstantinovsky, the right-hander, still out there for the Scarlet Knights. He struck out 4 to this point. Adrian Lopez digs out of the right side. He's 0 for 1 with a line out to short. That bounced off the pitcher. First offering to Lopez. He pops it foul behind us. No balls and 1 strike. Lopez has been on a tear as of recent. He did go for 3 on Tuesday against UC Irvine that snapped his 7-game hit streak. That hit streak concluded with 4 straight multi-hit games. One of 2 Trojans over 300. The 0-1 outside. Change up that time 1-1. We're now in the month of May. Looking back on April, Adrian Lopez homered twice in April. 2nd on the team in hits, 3rd in RBI. The 1-1 pitch. Lopez fouls it off the catcher's mask, back to the screen, 1-2. He's been in the 2-hole for now 6 consecutive games. Was a part of the lineup shift that saw a lot of guys move around. Andy Stankiewicz not afraid to make constant changes, even with the season winding down. Konstantinovsky looks in the 1-2. Lopez takes inside on the slider, 2-2. Lopez looking to extend his 9-game on-base streak, though. He did walk on Tuesday in the loss against the Anteaters down in Orange County. Konstantinovsky has only given up 1 hit and 1 base runner. The 2-2. Lopez takes outside and low on the changeup, 3-2. Adrian Lopez has had a good approach this season. After he struck out 42 times last season, he's only at 25 to this point. He's only struck out once his last 7 games. The payoff pitch. Lopez hits a high chopper over to shortstop. Carreras backs up, picks it up head high, throws to first in time. A close play at first, but a good throw from Carreras. And that's the first down at the bottom of the 4th. We've seen some really good play at shortstop from both teams so far. Maddox Risky for USC and Jomar Carreras for the Scarlet Knights. So with 1 away in the bottom of the 4th, still scoreless, that brings up Augie Lopez. Lopez 0 for 1. He grounded out to 2nd back in the 1st inning. 4th in the Big Ten in homers. 14 so far for Augie Lopez. Leads the Trojans. He matched the team lead of last season, 14 for Ethan Hedges. First pitch. The lefty hitter takes low on the changeup, 1-0. The last Trojan to hit 15 homers in a season, Ricky Oropesa hit 20 in 2010. So 1 more for Lopez would be big. The 1-0. Lopez takes strike 1 at the knees on a fastball, 1-1. Augie's been a good story. He was only hitting .208 across his first 8 games this season. He's now up to .289 on a 3-game hit streak to this point. Hits in 21 of his last 25 games. Open stance, the 1-1. Augie takes inside on the fastball, close pitch, but it's 2-1. Second season at USC, sophomore. Had a nice campaign as a freshman. Played in 40 games, hit .289. The 2-1. Augie Lopez hits a high, towering fly ball to right center toward the gap. This one's going to fall at the bottom of the wall for a base hit. Augie around first. He looks for second. He's there standing. And it's a 1-out double for Augie Lopez in the bottom of the 4th. Back-to-back innings with a double for USC, and the Trojans might be in business. So with one out, now a man at second. That brings up the center fielder, Kevin Takeuchi. Takeuchi digs out of the right side. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking back in the second. Augie Lopez at second base. That was his 10th double of the season. Takeuchi digs out of the right side. Konstantinovsky now on the stretch. He fires home as Takeuchi takes low and away, ball 1. Takeuchi talked this week on the team struggles. He said, the biggest thing for us is learning how to get back to winning and doing our thing. He said we know how to win, especially at home. Can't afford to get lazy. Konstantinovsky spins around, throws back to second at Lopez. Nothing doing. Takeuchi said we learned early on to get our mentality right. Being on the road the past few years with the new stadium not ready yet during his freshman and sophomore seasons. He said we don't take it for granted. We want to protect it. 1-0 count on him. Here comes the pitch. He shows bunt, pulls it back, called a strike. 1-1 to Kevin Takeuchi. Takeuchi missed the end of last season with shoulder surgery, but he said he still flew out to Corvallis to the regional to cheer on the Trojans. He was frustrated he couldn't be there, but he wanted to cheer them on no matter what happened. The 1-1 pitch. Takeuchi takes low and away on the changeup, 2-1. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, still no score between USC and Rutgers, but the Trojans with a man at second on Augie Lopez's double. Jack Basir is next. He's on deck. Konstantinovsky at the belt. He fires the 2-1. Takeuchi swings and misses. A lot of break on the low slider. It's 2-2. Takeuchi has hits in 5 of his last 6 games. Had 3 homers across the last 2 weeks of April. He's up to 5 on the season after a struggling campaign last year. The 2-2 pitch. Takeuchi swings and misses at a low and away slider. That's the 5th strikeout of the game for Konstantinovsky. Now 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th with a man at second for USC.
Now batting, right fielder, number 14, Jack Basir.
A rare multi-strikeout game for Kevin Takeuchi as he's retired, and with 2 away, that brings up the righty hitting right fielder, Jack Basir. He flied out to left back in the second. Augie Lopez at second base. Konstantinovsky trying to get out of the trouble for the 2nd straight inning. The first pitch to Basir as he hits a high fly ball foul to the right side into the stands, 0-1. First ever series between USC and Rutgers. Trojans have swept every series at home this season. 7 total sweeps on the season. That's a program record for the USC baseball program. 0-1 at the dish with 2 away. Here comes the pitch as Basir pops it high up in the air behind home plate. The catcher Wells chases toward the screen. It will land in the seats for strike 2. So Basir quickly down 0-2. Konstantinovsky looking for strikeout number 6. It's been nothing short of a pitcher's duel so far between Mason Edwards, who has 8 Ks, and Zach Konstantinovsky, who's limited the damage to this point. He waits at the rubber. Basir behind 0-2. Here's the pitch as Basir takes outside. 1-2 on the fastball. USC 24-11 this season against righty starters. 20-4 in night games. Would love to score first, where they're 23-4 on the season. The 1-2 pitch as Basir lines it foul to the right side. He stays alive as the ball goes out of play. If he can get aboard, Isaac Cadena would be next. Still scoreless between USC and Rutgers at Dedeaux Field, as the night sky drapes over this brand new facility, open this season. Konstantinovsky's 1-2. Basir swings and misses at an outside slider. How about Zach Konstantinovsky up to 6 strikeouts as he strands Augie Lopez at second, and it's back-to-back innings where USC gets a one-out double and makes nothing of it. We will go to the top of the 5th inning. It's no runs on 1 hit, 1 left, nothing between USC and Rutgers at Dato.